During our tiny house travels across North America, we have connected with hundreds of tiny house dwellers.
Seeing how each of them tailor their space around their needs and their passions never gets old. We always leave with fresh ideas for how we can upgrade our own tiny home or what we could do in a future build.
Today we're going to show you guys some amazing tiny house design ideas from 5 completely unique tiny houses.
And we always like to say that tiny homes are like self-portraits, and that's definitely true of our friend Vina Losado's tiny home. Vina is the founder of Soul House Design, a boutique design firm in Ojai, California, specializing in sustainable building. She wanted to live in a way that reflects her values of sustainability, simplicity, and living within her means. So that led her to design and build her own 140 square foot off-grid tiny home,
which is super cool and beautiful.
It's inspired by Scandinavian and Japanese architecture that combine simple, clean aesthetic with utility and function. And ultimately, she ended up creating a stunning space full of light. And as an active person who loves the outdoors, she expanded her living space outside. Her tiny home's beautiful double patio doors open up to a large functional deck with an awning and table large enough for 4.
The deck itself is, almost another living space altogether. It's about 8 feet by 14 feet. So it's great because, I can have my dining parties out here and another, living room out here. I use it all the time.
If you'd like to build a beautiful house like Vina's, you can get the plans at tinyhouseplans.com.
And it comes with the deck plans too. We'll put the link in the description below.
Our friends Andy and Hillary both lived tiny separately before falling in love. Aww. And moving into Hillary's home dubbed Tiny Hell on Wheels.
Hillary built it herself over 3 years, and by using reclaimed and recycled materials, she kept the cost to less than $20,000.
That's amazing. That's so awesome. So Hillary's got a pet mini pig named Crusher, and she traveled with her mini pig and her tiny house about 14,000 miles before meeting Andy.
We moved in together after a very short amount of time into 120 square foot. Like she said, I brought Joey, a 120-pound dog. We made changes to the tiny house to make it work for both of us. And, along the way, we did butt heads. It hasn't been, fairy tale and rainbows like the whole time. But every time that something's come up, we realized we were the perfect match for each other because those things came up so quickly and because of how we communicated about it, dealt with the situation, and really used everything that was like quote unquote a conflict to grow from and really learn like deep down inside about that person, things that wouldn't come to the surface that quickly in a relationship.
And it works.
Well,
very well. Enough that we want to get married.
How long have you guys been together?
3 months.
When building her tiny house, Hillary saw it as both a living space and an art project. So she used lots of creative materials, like in her kitchen, where she added fun flair with a charming DIY glitter countertop. Its reflective nature makes the space feel brighter, which is pretty cool. And for all you glitter fans, you can create your own glitter countertop with Hillary's easy tutorial. See the link above and in the description below.
Glitter fans.
Yeah. 'Cause you gotta be a glitter fan to want to make glitter countertop.
Yeah, it is glitter. It's big pieces of glitter. It's crazy.
It's cute.
It is. When we first met Anita, she had just moved her custom tiny house from Portland, Oregon to Boulder, Colorado. And this is a really cool tiny house because it's a different architecture than I've seen, and it's a really exotic interior.
The entire 240 square feet home feels like a romantic yet meditative sanctuary, and the layout is definitely one of a kind, including distinctly separate rooms for her office, kitchen, and bathroom on the first floor, and bedroom and living room in the loft spaces. She decided to lower the height of her downstairs office to allow for standing height in the lofted living room. On the low side, she placed a Moroccan floor couch for comfortable seating.
So lily pad is 24 foot long, and it's 8.5 feet wide, and it is 13 feet 5 inches, which is almost legal limit. And on the ground floor, it's 179 square feet, and it does have two lofts, so that makes it a total of 248 square feet. And the reason I chose the size is I did consider it wasn't going to move very frequently. I figured it might move once every couple of years, so I went a little bit bigger. And one of the features that I was able to include with the 24 foot length was a big closet in the back. So it spans the whole back. It's 2 feet deep, 7 feet wide, and it has a dresser and hanging clothes, shoes, and my solar equipment. So it's very, very functional. So for my tiny house, if it were a genie lamp and I was granted 3 wishes, the 3 wishes that I was hoping to achieve with my on my personal journey was reduction of my footprint, and just really taking responsibility for how I live my life, and which is in harmony with my values. So reducing my imprint by 90% was significant. I get super joyful about the solar, and there's rainwater catchment, composting, and all of those kind of factors with the home. The next thing that I wanted to do with my next wish was I did quit my day job, and I launched my own business. I'm waking up and doing something that I absolutely love, and I do holistic animal wellness and care. And then my third wish, super big wish, was to have a little adopted dog. So Kingston is my little dream come true there.
So Anita's house was built totally custom for her. She is 5 feet tall, so her downstairs office, she actually built at like maybe 5'2". That's why it made the upstairs living room so big and so spacious. I'm 6'2", and I could almost stand up in it, but it was so comfortable. It was the most comfortable living room.
Yeah, and where the couch is kind of fits perfectly into the curvature of the wall, so it feels like it's cradling you.
Yeah, it's great.
You can now rent Anita's lily pad tiny house from the We Casa Tiny House Hotel in Lyons, Colorado. And they've turned that downstairs office into a bedroom. We had an absolute blast visiting Jake and Kiva at their beautiful tiny house parking spot on their family's farm on Vancouver Island, British Columbia. These two are super fun and smart people who love dogs, horses, and tiny house building.
They're super fun. They've documented their entire DIY tiny house build on their YouTube channel, Tiny Nest. Their tiny house is 160 square feet, and they designed it from scratch using SketchUp.
Jake and Kiva are both big-time PC gamers, so of course they had to create an epic gaming room setup in their tiny house.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. It is pretty sweet.
The heart of this home, or maybe the brain I should say, is the computer. So you could probably get the idea that I am a technology enthusiast, also known as a computer nerd. This whole station that serves as my workstation and gaming station and also media player for playing movies or Netflix or whatever is one of the main things that we wanted to fit into this living room space to complete it and make it feel like that living room that we're used to. So this setup has evolved over many years, and I just wanted to make sure I could bring the whole thing into the tiny house. So it's designed such that there's enough space for the TV. It's on a mount that goes to the right height, and I've got a sit stand desk, a laptop, extra monitor. I've got wireless headphones. I've got space to store electronics, like there's our camera, extra hard drives with a cable that runs through the wall down to the computer. There's a sound system over there. You can see some of the speakers, and it goes on and on. There's just this, my full-on epic like nerd station setup. Managed to get it into the tiny house, and it's something we're really proud that we were able to design it in and make it work the way we wanted it to. So I've got this in the standing position right now, and underneath this small rug is actually a mat, an anti-fatigue mat, like what a cashier would stand on. So I can stand on there for long periods of time, but then when I want to sit down, I've got this sort of contraption attached to the bottom of the bar stool that will straddle the mat so that it doesn't damage it. And then I can just adjust all this. And we're good to go. And I also have things like, been trying to learn to be ambidextrous to prevent carpal tunnel in one wrist. Got everything all set up just the way I wanted. And then recently I added in, because the loft joists are exposed here, I put in these handles as a thing to help me remind myself to stretch, and like in between, if I'm playing a game or something, in between rounds, I'll actually sometimes do chin-ups on here or just stretch. And I'm just really trying to optimize this space because I spend so much time both working and recreationally right here.
So if you're into live stream gaming, these guys have a Twitch channel. It's called Tiny Nest Gaming. So check them out.
We'll put the link below in the description. We love how the space limitations of tiny homes often spur super creative design solutions. And that's especially true for our friend Alex's gorgeous 160 square foot tiny house that he calls the Tiny Project.
He designed and built this back in 2013 when tumbleweed craftsman style tiny house was really the most prevalent design available. But Alec wanted something more modern looking and more open feeling. Ultimately, he created an incredibly well-planned layout, full of practical features and creative storage solutions.
As a digital nomad, functional home office space was definitely a must for Alec.
I work from home, so I spend a good part of the day right there. That's the only sort of like fixed desk that we have that isn't folding, because I really use it all the time. So that's my workstation, and we have a lot of just nice wooden open shelving for all of our stuff, which isn't even close to full. This is kind of like office space number 2, so like all in one little device storage thing with charger cables, and it keeps it all tidy, and then a folding standing height desk that covers up our electrical panel. This keeps everything clean looking, and if we need additional storage, if we're having a little party in here and we want to put some drinks down or something, you just unfold the table. So that's cool.
For a full tour of Alex's beautiful tiny home, see the link above and in the description below. And if you're interested in his plans, they're available now on tinyhouseplans.com. We hope you enjoyed this look at these incredible tiny house design features from some of our favorite homes.
And hopefully it gave you guys some ideas for your future tiny house.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little thumbs up button. All right?
See you later.
Take it easy.
Hey guys, it's Alexis.
And Christian.
Thank you very much for watching our video.
Yes, and subscribing to our channel.
And don't forget to check out more tiny house stories.
And tours.
Oh, and don't forget to join us on Patreon.
And again, don't forget to subscribe.
See you next time.
Take it easy, guys.